Hello family, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Susanna and welcome back to another video. Another banger. Is it a banger or is it a video? Anyhow, but thank you so much. You're all welcome, and if you're my returning subscriber, you're also welcome and most welcome again. And if you come across this YouTube channel, kindly smash the red subscribe button below and subscribe and share. And if you're my returning subscriber, please watch, share, like, and also tell a friend to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so today's video, actually I'm going to be talking about my experience of being a first time mommy. Yeah, what I have experienced, like what I have learned, like, yeah. And if you're also a first time mom, maybe you're pregnant or maybe you're, yeah, and you're thinking what to do, give it up, then you're good to be here. Okay, so first of all, you all know that actually me, things of first time mom, I did a lot of them, like how, when does the baby walk, when does the baby start talking, things like that. So I posted some of the videos on my YouTube channel, and I'll be still posting them for you. Yeah, so actually, as we all know that being a first time mom, it is something very difficult for the first time. Of course, it's like, it is like a training. It's like going to school for the first time and you're seeing things very hard. Yeah. Like they say, experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. To do something, to know something, or to know the place, you first have to experience that thing, how it works, how it will go, how you will do that thing. Yeah. So I noted some things down here because me, I normally forget some things. Don't worry, you'll also be there. Okay, so what I have actually experienced in being a first time mom, I have actually experienced a lot of things, a lot of things. Just really a lot of things. It is really a long journey, like bringing a baby up from a small baby of 3 kgs to someone big. It's it's a it's a it's hard work. Yeah, that's what I can say. It is hard work. You have to put your effort, your energy, your sense to it, so that that baby can reach to our age. Okay, so number one of what I've experienced is bonding with your baby. Ha! You see, what I mean by bonding with your baby is that because you're first time mom, so that time when you come home, the baby is crying, you've not even washed clothes, the baby is crying, and yeah, all sort of things. You've not mopped the house, the baby is crying. You've not cooked tea for yourself, the baby is crying. So you sometimes you get upset, you get hungry and be like, what the hell, this baby is just crying all the time. I've not done this, I'm not even going to take a shower in the morning and he's just nyeng. What is it now? So that is what I've learned. So what I've learned is that you have to go slowly. So the more you go step by step, you will start bonding with your child. You will understand your child. You will understand the time your child sleeps, the time your child is happy, wants to play, wants you to do this, wants you to do this. So slowly by slowly, you will bond with your baby. That's why they said it takes time for you to bond with your child. So step by step, you start bonding with your child. So another thing which I have learned ever since I become a first time mom is taking care of the baby. From morning to evening, you have to take care of the baby. You have to make sure he or she has eaten. He wants to drink, he or she wants to drink water, he has drank the water, she has drank the water. You have to make sure he or she has taken a shower. You have to make sure you have to take he or she outside to go and get some vitamins outside. Ah, that is what I have learned from being a first time mom. I have learned a lot of things, even taking care of the baby, mm, by yourself without anybody helping you. Being clean every time. Being with a baby, you have to be clean every time. You don't have to just, you have to bathe in the morning, in the evening. You make sure the baby is, you have to wash the baby also in the morning, in the evening. The house is clean, baby's clothes are clean. Um, the cups, the plates which the baby uses to eat, you have to make sure they are very clean. Yeah, you have to make sure they are very clean. And also the where the baby sits, you make sure it's very clean. Yeah, that is what I have learned from being a first time mom. Yeah, that is my experience. You have to be clean. Even your fingernails, you see my fingernails, they are very short, very very short. When you're having a baby, when you have a little baby in the house, you have to keep your nails short. Why? Because these nails of ours carry germs. So you might give the baby something to eat anyhow, forgetting you haven't washed your hands, and that thing will affect the baby's stomach. So you have to keep your nails also short. Everywhere in the house should be clean. Yeah. Another thing is breastfeeding a baby from the 1 to 2 years. That is what I have actually learned. Me before I thought that people you can actually breastfeed a baby from for the first 6 months, and then after the baby is good to go like that. You can just make the baby leave the breastfeeding, and the baby joins eating food throughout. So it's advised by the doctors, but that day when I went to the hospital, I was told that for the firstborn you have to breastfeed the baby from the 1 to 2 years. As for the second borns, you can make them leave the breastfeeding anyhow at 6 months or even 1 year. So that is actually what I have learned. So yeah. So the other thing also is monitoring the baby every month. You have to monitor the baby, making sure the baby's cages are okay, the baby's feeding is okay, the baby's temperature is okay, the baby's health is okay. The baby has to be monitored every month. You have to monitor your baby. Okay, so that is actually what I have experienced. That I never thought it can be like that before. Just used to see moms outside there carrying the babies and things like that. So I did not know you have to go through all this as a mother. So it is happening, and I'm doing it by myself. Yeah. So another thing is cooking baby's food the right way, like following instructions uh, said by the doctors. So uh, first time when the baby is small, you have to be cooking the baby's food differently from yours. If you're eating ugali today, the baby has to eat waru potatoes, Irish potatoes. Oh, the baby has to eat matoke, okay, mashed matoke or mashed potatoes. Yeah, just like that. And you have to make sure it is well cooked with no added spices in it, just very natural for the baby. So, for the good health of the baby. Yeah. So, actually, that thing of cooking baby's food, it is actually stress, guys. Let me tell you. It is so much stress because for me, myself, I passed through that until my baby reached 10 months old. Then I got sad. I was like, he has to start eating the food we are eating now, because I'm not going to continue just cooking his food differently every day, lunch, supper, different things like that. So it is so tiresome. So that is experience. That is what I have actually experienced. Yeah, teaching the baby how to walk. Hmm? Me, let me tell you guys, I thought when you give birth, yeah, when the baby keeps on growing, he or she will learn to walk by his or herself without you teaching, without you telling him or her to do this. But guess what? It is your work to do that. Teach the baby how to walk, teach the baby how to crawl, how to sit. So it is your work. That is actually what I have experienced as a first time mom. Another thing is teaching the baby how to walk, teaching the baby how to stand, making sure the baby is standing from that table that you have in your living room and rotates that table by his own or her own without anybody touching that baby. The baby can rotate that table alone without you touching the baby. But you're close. So you have to teach the baby to stand, the baby to walk, the baby to talk, the baby to crawl, the baby to sit. Of which I did not know all those things. It's their mother to do that. I just thought they come natural. Oh, you guys. Another thing is teaching the baby to rate numbers, so to call numbers from 1 to 10. Like now when the baby reaches 1 year, you have to start learning, teaching the baby how to say 1, 2, 3, just to name numbers like that. Yeah, and maybe if you have that booklet where the numbers are being written in big letters, different colors, then you're good to go. You start teaching the baby like 1, 2, 3, paka 10. It is your work, not anyone's work. The work of the mother, I beg. This is a lot of work. Huh? I have actually seen a lot of things ever since I became a first time mom, and I haven't seen myself that I'm very strong and I'm still on the line. Okay, another thing is teaching the baby how to use a potty. You see, instead of you every day washing clothes, washing the susu, washing the poo, you have to buy a potty at the age of 1 year, or maybe 1 year and 2 months or 3 months. Anytime you want to buy a potty for your baby, that is the time you have to start teaching the baby how to use a potty. When he or she wants to susu, when he or she wants to go for poo, then you're good to teach the baby. The baby will not learn alone. You have to teach the baby how to use a potty. Yeah. There are even some babies that normally start at the age of 1 year and 6 months, or even 2 years. They start telling you, I want to poo. When you tell them to go and use a potty, they don't want to use a potty. They just want to go straight to the toilet. So you make sure your toilet is very clean that time when the baby goes to use it. So you have to teach first the baby how to use the toilet. Yeah, so that anytime when you're not around and he or she wants to go to use the toilet, he or she knows how to sit on the toilet, and then after using it and then flush it. You know, there are some kids that are very clever at the age of 2. They can do anything. Like they can go to the toilet, they can wash their hands, they can eat alone without disturbing. Yeah, so that is actually what I have learned. The journey is very hard though. Another thing is teaching the baby to eat on his or her own. You see, let me tell you the reality. At the age of 7 months, when I used to give my baby porridge, so my baby started actually holding that bottle, that feeding bottle at the age of 7 months, a period of 7 months. So when I give him porridge, he used to hold that feeding bottle by his horn and just put it in his mouth like that without me holding it. Yeah, and he can drink that porridge. and when he's satisfied, he can then leave the bottle. So then by the period of 10, my baby started now using his own hands to eat food. When he sees food on a table, he can just grab it anyhow and put it in the mouth. Actually, everything, like he used to eat anything when he finds on the table, either that thing is a pen, a book, and a cloth, he just puts it in the mouth. So my baby started at that period to start eating on his own, and even up to now he eats on his own as long as the food is not too hot. He can feed himself alone. Then after when he's satisfied, can actually leave that food, or he can just pour it on the table and play with it. So for all that, not all babies are like that. Some babies you have to teach them, because some babies actually, if they see that from you eating using your hand, then even them they can learn eating with that. But before that, you have to teach the baby to eat on his own, because if you don't do that, the baby will grow up and continue waiting for you. When you leave the food on the table for the baby to eat, the baby will not eat that food. That baby will wait for you to come and feed him or her that food, which is not good. So you have to feed, you have to introduce the baby to eat on his or her own. Okay. So another thing is that teaching the baby to pronounce words. Yeah, like daddy, mommy, auntie, sister, brother. Yeah, like let's go, come, sit, eat, stand, run. Yeah. So at that early stage, you have to teach, to introduce those words to him. Okay, you have to introduce that. And like for my baby now, my baby started with daddy, but now in Kiswahili is becoming hard for him to pronounce baba. Sometimes he can pronounce baba, but most especially is used to daddy, whereby even in the morning and he finds daddy is not in the house, he will just start crying anyhow. Okay, so you have to start introducing those words to the baby, like sit, stand up, let's go, move away from there, go and susu, this is a cup, this is water. At that early age, you have to teach the baby to pronounce all those words. Okay, so you have to introduce the baby, you have to introduce those words to the baby at the early stage. So another thing is teaching the baby to be generous. Teaching the baby to be generous is actually the good thing. Introduce that word generous to the baby at early stage, because it's good to be generous. It's good to have a good baby who is generous. That is always the best thing, the best happiness for the mother. To see your kid outside there is generous, is not corrupt, he does not beat other people, does not fight, he is not mean or she's not mean. So, or even greeting people. You see, don't always keep away that word from your child. When the baby is still small, you have to teach the baby, like now that stage when the baby starts to talk, like at 2 years there, you have to start telling the baby, say hi to auntie, say hi to baby. Like when you or she is playing with other kids outside, you have to introduce him to greet other kids. When you find, so that you grows up with that habit, like when he finds anyone, or when he's even going somewhere, or when he's even asking for a place to go, he or she has to greet somebody or that person, so that he or she can be helped. So that is why it is called charity begins at home. Teach your baby to be generous, to be good to other people, to be social. Okay, to be like to be that person who shares things. Like if he or she has even 10 bob, or maybe 20 bob, or even he's at school, and the other child does not have food, and for him has food, so that the child can share, can be like, come and let's eat my food. Okay, yeah, so it is good to teach your baby good manners at that age of 2 years, so that the baby can grow up with a bad habit of looking at other people, like for like let's say like you are rich, you have money, okay, and you see, the more you spoil your child at that early stage, the more your child will grow up with that bad habit of looking at everyone in front of him or her is poor, okay, of not being shareful baby, like a generous baby. So the baby will grow up with the bad character, yeah. So the baby will be arrogant, of which no parent wants that. So at that age of 2 years, 3 years, or even 1 year, teach the baby good manners, okay, teach the baby to be generous, yeah. So another thing is teaching babies, changing babies closet, yeah. Last but not least, changing babies closet, that is what gives me stress. That is actually the most even crazy thing ever. If you are a mom, I know you know what I'm talking about, because you cannot say the baby since you gave birth to baby with those small clothes that you bought at that age of 1 month to 3 months, that the baby will wear those clothes from that period to the period of 1 year. From where? No. Like, let me tell you, you see, babies grow like we human beings grow daily, in a night, overnight. We cannot grow in a day. We grow overnight, because at night time we are not busy. We are not doing anything. So your body is just like that, and the baby also grows like that. The body grows like that. So that is how babies also grow. Babies grow at night, yeah, day by day, and maybe after 3 months, the baby will, you find, you see clothes are not fitting the baby, you have to go again buy clothes. After 3 months, you have to go buy clothes. After 4 months, you have to change the baby's clothes. After at the age of 1 year, you have to change the clothes, because it's already the baby. You know, some babies are short, some babies are tall. So they are, by 1 year, you have to buy clothes for baby of 1 year. 2 years, you have to buy clothes for a baby of 2 years. 3 years, yeah, things like that. So it is such an experience, yeah, of which I didn't know it is like that. I don't know what I was thinking, but that is my experience of being a first time mom. That you have to do all those things to the baby, of which I knew those things are just, they just come natural. But then, to my shock, you have to do all that, yeah. So that is all actually. But then if you're a first time mom, I think you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Not even I think. Just subscribe to this channel. I'll be giving you all the tips that you want if you're expecting a baby. Yeah. So thank you so much. That's what I wanted to share with you about my experience of being a first time mom, of having a baby as a first time mama. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you learned something from this video, kindly subscribe, share, like, and comment. I really, really appreciate your support, and see you on my next video. Bye.